For decades, the current chairman of Tung Lin Kok Yuen has devoted his time to promoting Hong Kong's cultural treasures. Professor Lee Chek Fan was awarded Hong Kong's highest honour this year, the Golden Bohemian Star, among many others honours that he has earned over his long career. He remains one of Buddhistdoor International's most valued supporters and has also been an advisor about the concept of e-learning in Buddhist studies, or online education for students in Buddhism. Professor Lee, it's very nice to see you again, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
I have a simple question. Why Buddhism? Why do we need it in today's world?
I graduated from the University of Hong Kong in the late 1960s. And those days, in the entire Hong Kong, we have maybe something in the order of 2,000 university students. Today, well over the 100,000 university students. You know, you have so many university graduates on the street these days.
Yes.
So it translates into increasingly fierce competition in trying to land on jobs, in trying to get the promotion.
Yes.
So you have all this competition, you have all this pressure in life. People tend to be working for longer hours, and all this translates into problems, issues, worries for people. So that's where education comes in. In this increasingly competitive world, you need Buddhism to more or less lead a happier life, to be more at ease with one's the daily life. That's why we need Buddhism.
Difficulties and stress, yes. And intellectuals who were educated in the Western tradition of academics have been interested in Buddhism for quite some time now, I'd say since probably the 18th century. And now that interest in the 21st century is just growing. And what's your take on this? Why is it happening, or how is it happening, and what do you think about this trend?
As a religion, Buddhism tend to, more or less focus on wisdom that you need for life. For intellectuals, they are always in pursuit for wisdom. So it would not surprise me that intellectuals, always find interest in Buddhism, because they are always looking for the same thing, wisdom in life, to lead a happier life, to lead a more meaningful life. So for myself, I'd be more interested in looking at Buddhism from the modern science perspective. I do find a lot of match between the two, actually.
Yes. So let's build on that talk from a modern scientific perspective. What parallels do you see between Buddhist tradition and modern science?
Actually, you find a lot of common elements between Buddhism and science.
Yes.
We do have a number of very renowned physicists, who would look at Buddhism from the modern physics, quantum physics perspective.
Yes.
For example, quantum physics or modern physics believe that energy and matter are interrelated.
Yes.
To be specific, you could use Albert Einstein's relativity, the simple equation E equal to mc squared, to relate energy and matter. So under the right condition, energy can be converted to matter, and vice versa, matter can be converted to energy. The whole universe is actually an energy field.
Yes.
In that energy field, when you have a concentration of energy, energy could be converted into matter, and then matter could instantly be also converted back into energy.
They're interchangeable.
So basically, this is very similar to the Buddhist concept of emptiness and matter.
Yes.
Emptiness in this case refer to the universe as an energy field. When you have a concentration energy, then matters would arise, and vice versa. So many physicists would find parallel between Buddhism and modern physics.
Yes, and there are there other parts, other components of modern science that could be congruent or agreeable to Buddhism. You know, things like the cause and effect, or neuroscience and meditation. Do you see some of these scientific aspects as being quite close in agreement to Buddhist principles?
Actually, the basic principle of Buddhism is, of course, cause and effect. You know, that for everything that exists in the universe, everything that exists in this world, there is a reason behind it. And this is very similar to the scientific principle of cause and effect. For every phenomena, there is a physical reason behind it.
Let's go back to the modern life problem. How do the foundational Buddhist principles, like the Four Noble Truths, and wisdom, compassion, how do they relate to modern life? And what thoughts and advice can you give on that issue?
That's a very good point. Take the case of the Four Noble Truths. You can actually apply to daily life. You can actually apply to solve all the problems you encounter in life, or in pursuit of scientific discovery. We feel pain. We feel worry when a problem arises. And this is what Buddhism calls suffering. When we have a problem, going back to the principle of cause and effect, there is always a reason behind the suffering, or there is always a problem behind, there's always a reason why something happened. So if we have a problem, the Four Noble Truths principle would suggest that we should go back to look at the reason behind the problem. Why do we have the problem? What is the reason behind it? So the next step is, once you define the root cause of the problem, you try to find a solution. That's the third step. And the fourth step is to implement the solution in order to solve the problem. So for every problem you solve in life, you encounter in life, you could always try to tackle it that way. Of course, some people could choose to complain about the problem, complain about the suffering, but that doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't help you. So Buddhism would advocate that you face the problem directly. You try to find the root cause of the problem. You try to find a solution, a viable solution, and then implement the solution in order to solve the problem. So in that sense, the Four Noble Truths is a way you can deal with problems, solve problems. It's a very rational and very scientific way of handling problem.
And so, just for some concluding thoughts, you would see Buddhism as a sort of science of life, a science of happiness?
Very much so. As a scientist myself, I find a lot of parallel between Buddhism and the principles of science. Very much so, yes.
So that's it. The science of happiness. That's what Buddhism is all about. Thank you very much, Professor, for joining us today.
Thank you, Raymond. Thank you.